Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Take a Wild Guess, the show where I tell you the story of an object, a place, a historical event, or a name, and you guess what I'm talking about. So, a few weeks ago, I had released an episode called The Whole is More Than the Sum of Its Parts. I will link it in the show notes. That episode was quite well liked by listeners. So, I thought maybe I will do another episode related to Greek mythology. Now, today's episode is called The Man Who Cheated Death Twice. It's the story of the king of Corinth and how he cheated Hades, the Greek god of death or the underworld, twice. Do you know who I'm talking about? If not, listen on. Maybe you will figure it out by the end of today's story. And even if you don't, you can always take a wild guess. So let's begin. Okay, I'm going to start today's episode with a question for you. Do you know what is common between the physicist Einstein and the famous absurdist writer Camus? And no, I don't mean the fact that both of their first names were Albert. Okay, I'll tell you that, but before that, listen to this story. The hero of our story was the founder and first king of Ephyra. This region is now called the city of Corinth in Greece. Now, since the beginning, this guy was quite nasty, okay? I mean, he was famed as the craftiest of men. He used to kill guests and travelers who used to take refuge in his palace. This was against the Greek code of conduct called Xenia, which is a similar principle to Atithi Devo Bhava. So, Zeus, who was the king of gods, was already quite angry with him in general. Now, Zeus was quite nasty himself also, but he was a god, so nobody could do much about it. Sample this, okay? Once he got smitten by Aegina, the daughter of Asopus, who was a river god. So, in classic Zeus fashion, he kidnapped her. And while he was taking her away, he passed over Corinth. And thus, our hero knew who had kidnapped her and where Zeus had hidden her. So he used this information as a leverage and revealed it to Asopus, the river god, in return for causing a freshwater spring to flow in Corinth. Now, this made the Corinthian kingdom very prosperous and made our hero very rich. However, because he had basically ratted Zeus out, he got enraged and ordered Hades to chain him in Tartarus, which in crude terms is the Greek equivalent of hell. Now, remember I mentioned he was super sneaky? So, when they reached Tartarus and Hades was about to chain him up, he slyly asked Hades to demonstrate how the chains worked on himself. In this way, he literally cheated death, chained him up, and fled back to the mortal world. Now, because Hades was chained down, nobody was dying in the mortal world. There was nobody to reap their souls. So, as you can imagine, there was total chaos. And Ares, who was the god of war, was especially upset because of this, as, like you must have guessed, war was much less meaningful without people dying. Quite dark, I know. Anyway, the gods threatened to make the hero's life so miserable that he would wish he was dead. So he reluctantly decided to release Hades. This also meant that he was going to die again. But before he left, he asked his wife to do something. He told his wife specifically to strip his dead body and throw the naked body in the middle of the public square. The devious man that he was, once he reached the underworld, he convinced Persephone, who was Hades' wife, that his wife had been very disrespectful to him, and convinced her to allow him to go back to his body so that he could scold her and ask her for a proper burial for himself. What a rascal, right? Anyway, as you can imagine, once his spirit re-entered its body, it refused to leave. Now Hades had had enough, okay? He was like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So he designed a unique punishment for our hero. This punishment actually is more famous than the man himself. The hero was told that he could go back to the world of the living if he managed to push a huge boulder up a hill and onto its summit. But of course, there was a catch. This boulder was enchanted. Just before it reached the top, our hero's hands used to slip and the boulder used to roll back down. The hero used to rush back down to the foot of the mountain and start the same process once again for eternity. This punishment has been interpreted in various ways. It has been called a metaphor for the absurdity of human existence, where we do tasks every day without deriving any meaning from them. Now, coming to my earlier question, our hero knows that the rock is enchanted and there is no way he can get it up, but he still tries every day, hoping that today would be different. That's pretty stupid, right? In fact, Einstein defined insanity as doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Albert Camus wrote an entire book on our hero's story. In the book, he wonders about the state of mind of our hero in the moment that the boulder rolls down the hill. That one moment when he is free from his labor, yet he is aware of the absurdity of his fate. And he says that just because he has this understanding about the absurdity of his own fate, he is able to rise above this fate. In fact, the author argues he is even able to derive joy from this meaningless task. Do you know who I'm talking about? Even if you don't, take a wild guess. Thank you for actively guessing the answer to the last episode. Like last time, the answer to today's story will also be revealed in another clip that I will upload on all platforms as well as on our Instagram handle on Sunday. Till then, I invite my listeners to send in their guesses as an email to tawgpodcast@gmail.com or as a message on our Instagram handle. So, guess away. You can listen to our podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and all other major podcast platforms. If you like this episode, please subscribe and share it with your friends. If you have any comments, criticisms, or feedback, please write to me at tawgpodcast@gmail.com or message me on our Instagram handle. Till next time, I'm your host Chaitanya Ganu, and this is Take a Wild Guess. Thank you.